And good afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon on spring day, and we're, I guess, enjoying the last of what winter has to offer. My name is Jeff Whipple. I'm with Anglophone West School District. I'm a technology lead, and this is Tech20 Tuesday, where we take about 20 minutes of professional learning time for teachers all across the district, anybody who wishes to join. We also record it to talk about something pertaining to technology and how you can leverage it in your classroom for great learning with your kids. Today I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about a couple of my favorite iPad video apps, Explain Everything and a green screen app called vScope. And so we're going to take just a few minutes on each one and just sort of give you an overview. I really like both of these apps. They're really very powerful. So I am going to switch over to my iPad. So just give me 1 second here. So I'm opening up my Reflector app. Reflector, by the way, is an app that you can load onto your laptop that will allow your iPad to connect to your laptop. So I'm opening that up now. And there it comes. We're going to remind me later. And so it does it through a network connection. So both your iPad and your network have to be connected on the same time, and it does it through AirPlay. So I'm going to connect over to here and get my iPad up. It's coming up now, and away we go. So now I can put that away and put that away, and we are going to have a look at a couple of, as I said, a couple of really cool apps. I'm going to go so we can see this always on full screen, so we can get away with all the other stuff. So a couple of really cool apps, and the first one I wanted to look at is called Explain Everything, and that's exactly what it is. It's a great app for kids. It's sort of like a narrated whiteboard app where they can create videos, and so I'm opening up Explain Everything right now on my iPad. It's taking a second here to show. Come on, let's go. There we go. So so I'm opening it up on my iPad right now, and so it's a very simple little app, and I'm going to, up in the top right hand corner, you can see 3 projects that I've been kind of playing around with, and these are just mainly just showing kids and teachers how to use it. So up in the top left hand corner you see a button right underneath where it says record. You see a little button there that says plus. So that's going to start a new project. So when I come into the project here, I can do landscape, I can do portrait, and I can do 16:9 HD TV. I'm just going to choose a really simple one here, landscape. I can choose the color background. I like the green one, so I'm going to choose the green, and it's going to open me up basically what looks like a whiteboard. So it's really simple to use. I can come in here and I can click on text, and then I can click out in my whiteboard here anywhere, and I'm going to do one here. And I'm going to talk to you about cruising, because I absolutely love to cruise. I don't know if there's any cruisers out there, but I love to get on a boat and cruise. So I've got a little title, and I can move that around anywhere I want. Underneath and so you can see here that I've got other different tools along the left-hand side. There's a finger one that I can move around. There's a pen. There's a highlighter or a marker. There's some shape ones. And then underneath the text one, which is the A, there's a plus sign. So I'm going to take that plus sign, and you're going to see that now I've got some options here. So I can open up existing video files or photo files that are on my iPad. I can open up existing sounds. I can create new videos and new photos, or I can open a web browser. So I'm going to choose the photo one, and you notice now it gives me some different choices. And I'm going to open up it just into my photo stream. So I'm going to click on photo stream, and now it's going to give me all kinds of different choices. So I'm going to choose this photo here, which is the photo on the second one on the top row, which is going to bring in the photo of a recent cruise that I was on just on March break on Freedom of the Seas. So I can come in here and place this where I want and click done, and now you can see that I can move these around to match. So this is sort of my front page. Now imagine this was about music, or if this was a science experiment, this could be a video science experiment. So what I can do now is that on this page, and I can set these all up. So to add another page, down on the bottom, you see I've got slide 1 of 1. Well, right next to it, there's a little plus sign. So I can create another slide. And out of that, I can put in a couple of more photos. So I'm going to go underneath the plus and maybe put photos from my photo stream in here. Oh, let me see. Maybe this one. And so I'm going to put it, and I'm going to angle it like this. I'm going to hit done, put it up here in the right corner, make it a little smaller. Then I'm going to add another photo, or I can even add a piece of video if I had a piece of video. Then I'm going to come over here and pick this photo, and I'm going to make it a little smaller and turn it and hit done. And you can see here that I can, and then I can put another, so I can put all kinds of text. So I'm basically just creating a series of PowerPoint slides, for lack of a better way to describe it. So I'm going to go back to slide 1. Now here's the real magic piece. Down along the bottom in the middle, you see that there's some audio controls, or some video or audio recording controls. And the very first, the middle one, has a red button. So if I go back to my first slide, and there we are, we're back to my first slide. So if I hit the red audio recording button, I can actually record a little piece of audio that's going to go on this slide. And I'm just going to say, I love cruising. I love cruising. Now I've stopped. So now I can replay it by hitting the green button. I don't think you'll be able to hear it. Not sure if you could hear that or not. Then when I go to the next slide, if you notice up here, I've got some really neat little narratives. So I can choose the yellow. So down here, I've chosen a marker. And down along the bottom of the left-hand side, I've chosen the yellow, so the one in the middle. So it's going to be a dark yellow. And I'm going to talk while I'm narrating. So if I click on this button, the narrate button, I absolutely love being on a cruise ship. So that one was 7 seconds long. So what the neat thing about this now is that I can actually create a video now of all of these narrated individual slides. And it will actually show the annotation as I do it, along with my voice. Now, I don't know, again, if you can hear this, but now to create this final version, if I go down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you see an upload. So I'm going to go upload. It's going to have to tell me I'm going to have to save the project. So I'm just going to call this Cruisin' 2 and hit save. And now I'm going to upload it and save it as a video into my photo stream. So now you can see that it's actually making a little video. And so if you think about this, if students are trying to, maybe they've done a trip, and you can actually embed videos in here, just like you embed pictures, and it will actually play the videos when it tells, when the kids say play the video. They hit the video thing and it will actually play it as they're speaking, or they can set it up and then just play it. So if you're doing a science report, or if they're doing an annotated video trip, they can actually use this little Explain Everything app to do everything. And the neat thing about it is, and I've always liked this about the iPads, is that they're all in one. So they've got the software, they've got the production software, they've got the cameras and microphones and the output machine all in one. So everything's all right there for them. So now if you see here, if I go back to the camera roll on my iPad, if I open it up, on the very last one, there it is right there. I've made a 10-second video. And so we're going to watch it just like you would. And you notice that there might be a little bit of breakup there in the translation. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear the video, but the audio piece of it. But so it actually does this as a really slick little video, and you can have as many slides as you want. So that is Explain Everything. Explain Everything does come. It has a small charge, and it's I believe it's like $3.99 or $4.99. It's not very expensive, but it's a really powerful tool, an easy tool for kids to start making audio presentations that they can annotate and do all kinds of cool stuff on. It's kind of like the Howie Meeker thing, if you're old enough to remember that, when he first got the Telestrator. So the next one we want to have a quick look at today is called vScope. Now vScope is primarily, well, it's an app that is used for a green screen. So I'm going to open up vScope. So basically green screen is kind of a misnomer at times. Just camera sort of change between. I'm going to close this. So I'm not sure actually if you're even going to be able to see all of this. So I am in green screen in the app right now, and so now it gives me a bunch of choices. So I can create a video. Right now it's just showing on the computer. It's not showing you all the controls that I see on my iPad. But if I come into the setup, it's going to allow me to choose, do I have a green, blue screen? And by the way, a green screen can also be blue. It can be any color you want it to be. But normally it's green because people don't generally wear clothing that's green. Or just a blank wall. Now, one of the things that I like about this app, and I think other apps do it too, and there's a bunch of them out there, is that you can actually choose to use a blank wall. It doesn't give you quite the video quality that the green screen or blue screen app would give you. So you know it's not quite where you want it to be. So I'm going to choose blank wall, and now it's going to ask me to move out of the way, and it sets it up kind of neat. But I'm going to show you basically what kinds of things that this can do, and it's really simple for your kids to use. You can show them, or they'll figure it out really quick. So this is some stuff, because you really can't see the controls very well because I'm trying to use two networks at once. But here's an example of something that I did with some students. I was doing with some students last year at Gibson Neal. They were doing some weather reports, which they then sent off to Sydney Day. And so they were choosing cities across the country, and from those cities they would do some research on the weather in those cities. And I'm just trying to find it here. I've got, oh, here we go. So this is just some practice that we were doing with the kids. And so the neat thing about this is that they could actually see themselves on the video, on the screen, and from there they could point. Now it's interesting because when they see themselves on the screen, the map or the image that you see in behind them actually shows up in reverse. So they have to get used to pointing in reverse ways. So it's kind of interesting. But here's a little. So you can see here the kinds of things. Again, if you do a little Google search or search on YouTube for green screen studio student productions, you will find tremendous ideas, a tremendous number of ideas about what students have done with green screen apps really throughout the world. There's all kinds of different stuff. You can do digital storytelling. They can do digital visits or visits basically to anywhere in the world and put the picture behind them and talk about it. And it's a great research platform, a great storytelling platform. So I would really encourage you to do that and have a look at what green screens can look like in your classroom. And so, you know, they're kind of just neat little practice or neat little digital storytelling tools for kids to be able to share their stories that they've been using. So that's it for today. We're running out of time, running up to the end of 4 o'clock. Just a reminder, that if there are some help that you want, if you need support on any kind of video production, whether it's green screen, whether it's iMovie, which we looked at last week, whether it is Explain Everything or anything else that you want to work on, call one of your technology leads. So up in Woodstock, it's Waylon Dixon. Here in Fredericton, in the Fredericton area, Carme Desjardins has the schools on the south side of the river. I've got all the schools on the north side of the river, including those schools that are technically in the Oromocto area. But so, if you're in one of those few schools here in the Fredericton area that are in the OEC, give me a call. And Janice and Wendy Thomas, Janice Shaw, Wendy Thomas out in Oromocto and down in through Minto and Cambridge now. We'd be glad to help you out and come by, and that's really, what we live for, is to come out and help you out. Also, all of the past and current Tech20 Tuesday episodes are archived on Tech20Tuesday.wikispaces.com. And just one thing I forgot. So the vScope Live, as I said, the Explain Everything as a small charge. vScope Live has two versions. They have a free one and a paid one. The free one, though, when you go to do your final production, it puts a vScope watermark on your video, so it's great for students to play with, but if you want to do some really neat stuff, I would pay for it. Again, it's not very expensive. I think it's less than $5 for a vScope green screen app on your iPad. So both of those are well worth the small investment that you would make for giving your students really powerful platforms to do storytelling. So that's it for another Tuesday, and we hope you join us again next week for another edition of Tech20 Tuesday. I'm Jeff Whipple in Fredericton, and hoping you all have a great day.